Yeah, I just wanted to point something out to the ignorant and stupid Americans. I'm not talking to the smart Americans who have their eyes and ears open. I want to talk to the ignorant and stupid Americans who are helping immigrants destroy the United States. There's something I want to tell you about the mindset of many people who immigrate to the United States. They come to America believing that America is this rich place where it's easy to get rich. People are stupid, lazy, fat over here, and they're living like kings. So a lot of the immigrants, not all of them, but a very big percentage, come to the United States with the intention of sucking as much out of the United States as they can. But their heart and their patriotism still lies with their own country. They don't care about the United States as much. They don't care if it collapses or something. They know that anytime they can always run back to the country they came from. So they're leaving their broken country. They're running away from their broken country. They're going to United States to use it, abuse it, to talk down at it, but their patriotism still is with their broken country that they escaped from. So it's absolutely normal for Americans, and it's a good thing for Americans to tell these immigrants who are talking down at America to say, go back to your country. And sometimes it takes a generation or two before the mindset of these immigrants switches over and basically their mind changes and their heart changes before their patriotism towards the United States, America, grows, or their heart starts to be attached to the United States. Often the first generation, even the second generation, often they still are patriots of their own crappy country that they ran away from. So, I even experienced it when our family immigrated here. I was this proud Russian. I would put down many Americans to make fun of it, and I often heard from many Americans, well, get on the airplane and go back to where you came from. That's a normal thing to hear. If you're putting down somebody's country, you come to somebody's country, an immigrant comes to your country, and they're talking down at your country, like, well, if your country's so great, just go back to your own country, And it doesn't matter if they're born in the United States. It doesn't matter if they are. It doesn't matter if they're American citizen. It doesn't mean that their heart and patriotism is with America. Their patriotism still lies with the broken, crappy government or country where their ancestors are from, or whatever. It took what, like 20 years, or I'd say maybe 15 years before my mindset got switched over, and I studied the history of the United States. I understood the bigger picture of everything, before I realized, like, whoa, what am I doing? I need to be a patriot of the United States. There's a reason why my family lives here instead of Russia. So, all these Americans, getting angry, at other Americans who say, if you don't like America, then get out of this country, go back to your country. It's absolutely normal and even good to tell immigrants. I encourage Americans to tell immigrants to get the hell out of our country if you don't like it. Even if you are a U.S. citizen. If you don't like America, then get out and go to that crappy country where you came from and wallow in it and be happy, with your own country. But if you come to the United States to suck it dry and put it down and to talk how horrible America is, then, don't get angry if Americans tell you to get out. And Americans should tell the immigrants to get out and shut their mouths, So this message was for the ignorant and stupid Americans who are like sheep following the corrupt politicians, not the Americans who have their eyes and ears open. So, just so you know.